I feel like they lied to us about all this soft life stuff. I'm rejecting the idea that women don't have to work. Like, the delusion's going a little bit too far. And this is me being very transparent and vulnerable here because I'm speaking to myself too. For a couple years now, I feel like a lot of us in the spiritual femininity, divine feminine space, and beyond that, just women on the self-improvement path, I feel like a lot of us have been taking in these messages of soft life, of femininity, of how to move slower and not be so susceptible to the hustle culture that wants to grind us into the ground and work us until we have nothing left. I feel like it was almost a revolution for women to speak up against this, to say, no, we are not just a product of capitalism or a driver of capitalism that reduces us to our labor. No, I don't dream of labor. I don't dream to work. I don't dream of this. I don't dream of that. I want leisure. I want to rest. I want to play. I want to engage in my hobbies. I want to do the things that I love. I want to feel soft. I want to feel sweet. I want to feel well. I want my energy to be charged, to be rejuvenated. I don't want to feel depleted. And out of that, soft life was born. Out of that, divine feminine energy, rest back, relax into your feminine essence, receive more, do less. We learn how masculine energy is the doer. It's the go, 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 go. It's the go-getter. Whereas the feminine is that which receives. So as women, we're like, obviously we embody both energies, but a lot of us lean more toward feminine energy. So we're learning how to cultivate this energy, right? We're learning how to make this energy work for us. All of this is beautiful. All of this, I stand by this, right? I think it's important to honor our energy and to always make time and space for rest. That will always be one of my principles in life. But I feel that at a certain point in this conversation, things took a left turn to where we're completely writing off 9 to 5s. Matter of fact, if you were here from my last video, you might remember when I said,
if anyone knows me, I've been saying for years, I'm not going to get a 9 to 5. I can't do that life. I'm not about that life. It's not about me.
yeah, we'll unpack that a little more later. But this is speaking to how things are taking a left turn where we're completely writing off 9 to 5s. We're largely rejecting this idea of working to live and working to receive money, to receive our abundance, right? You have different ideas and statements like abundance is my birthright going around. I don't have to work to live. I am abundant because the universe provides for me, because God provides for me. So why would I have to work hard to tap into the abundance that exists in the universe here and now? I'm a feminine woman. I'm gonna sit back. I'm gonna receive. I'm connected to my divine essence. Why would I work hard as a feminine woman? Okay. And I feel like that was like the rhetoric. And I was buying it. I'm like, yeah, why would I work hard as a feminine woman? Why will I be grinding and go, 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 hustling, all this stuff? All this being strong, being resilient, like, what if I just want to be soft? And I feel like, once again, that was like a revolution against the unnatural system that we've lived in that wants us to work ourselves to the ground. So it was almost a polar opposite response. Instead of grind, 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 it's like, actually, I don't want to work at all. You know what? Later to the 9 to 5, I don't want to work a job. I don't want to trade my time for money. I want to be completely free. right? And while that might not sound bad on the surface, and I don't think it is bad, I think it's a little dangerous if we don't fully unpack what that means to be free, and if we don't fully unpack what it looks like in terms of the path to get there. Does being financially free and a free spiritual feminine being mean that all of a sudden you just quit all of your obligations and all the things you were doing to make money because you're just abundant, and I'm just gonna quit my job and I'm gonna quit this, quit that, and just allow the abundance to come? No, it doesn't mean that. And that, I feel, is something that a lot of people have done, to the point that now a lot of people are going back to 9 to 5s. See, I was in a unique position to where I never had a 9 to 5 to begin with. I lived in Mexico and I worked part-time. I quit when I came back home because I was, one, the job drained me, and two, I'm ready to pivot in my life and just be divinely led to where I'm supposed to be. And I had the blessing of being able to be back home, to have that support, that cushion. You know, I'm only 23. But there was a certain point where there was this resistance inside of me. This resistance didn't come out of nowhere, by the way. I've never fully liked the idea of working 9 to 5. But within the past few months, that dislike turned into a complete rejection for the system in which most people operate through. I'm like, no, I'm not going to do a 9 to 5. I can't be trapped. I can't be trapped to that monotony, the same day-to-day schedule. I can't do it. There must be another way. There must be another way. Like, I felt like I had a breakthrough within where I was like, this isn't the life for me. I'm not going to live this life. And I feel like a lot of you can relate in terms of feeling misaligned with your job, or misaligned with this whole idea of you just work, live paycheck to paycheck, and your money, your abundance is completely attached to your time, right? That's a certain level of limitation there. So I feel like a lot of us were in that same position of like, no, there must be another way. We want to be free. We want to be location free, be able to travel while we do what we love and engage in our passions and our hobbies, and be in alignment with our purpose without having to succumb to this system. And then once that resistance built up inside of me, I completely rejected 9 to 5. And I entered a place where, like that clip I showed you, I was just like, God, universe, guide the way, because clearly there's another way to getting the money that I need and to getting the financial security. So please guide the way. You know, all those ideas that I mentioned earlier, soft life, receive, be in my receptive energy, receive the abundance that's here, reject the idea of working hard, of grinding, and know that I can just engage in that which I love, my art, my passions, and then the abundance will come, And I was incredibly wrong. I was deeply misguided in that, but not completely. Like a lot of you still know deep down inside that there's more, and I knew that. But where I went wrong was assuming that that will be my present reality right now without any level of hard work to get there. A lot of these people that we see who are so financially free, who have these multiple streams of passive income, they had to grind it out and work hard to get to that point. They had to post consistently on their YouTube channels, develop those business ideas that allow them to have digital products and all these other online sources of revenue. They had to go through the mud and really put in that consistency and devotion to their craft or to whatever it is they were doing, and give themselves fully to that so that they could get that result in the end where now it works for them. But we can't skip that part of working hard, of doing things that are not comfortable, of putting ourselves through challenging situations where we have to really face adversity to get through it and to the other side. And I feel as though some of the soft life discourse and the feminine energy conversations miss that part of working hard. As women, we still have to work hard. We're human beings. And for those women who have dreams and goals, which is most women, there's distance between us and our dreams and goals. We can't sit on our hands and wait for it all of a sudden to appear into thin air. We can't just sit back and say, oh, the universe will provide it. There's what you call aligned action. You get the divine inspiration for where you want to go and how you want to feel. In my case, my inspiration was I want to be free. I want to not be bound by a certain type of schedule. I want to do what I love. That's the inspiration. But to get there, there's a series of steps that it takes, a series of hard work that it takes. And it's just not as simple as deciding what you want and then sitting back and waiting for it to happen. Now, some of you know this already. Some of you are like, well, I was never thinking that anyway. But I'm being honest about where I was at and hoping it speaks to those of you who can relate to that. And also speaking to this, once again, this space, the feminine space that we see taking a lot of popularity in the recent years. And I just feel like there's a need to bring a little balance there and to kind of, I'm rejecting the idea that women don't have to work and don't have to work hard and don't have to grind. I feel like we do have to grind. If you want to have that dream come to life, you have to work hard for it. But does that mean you burn yourself out and that you completely ignore how you feel and you deplete your energy and you deny yourself rest and relaxation and time for play and leisure? No, not at all. I think there's a balance to it. But balance isn't just only resting. Balance also isn't just only working hard, but it is both. You need both to be able to be well within and also accomplish your goals. And I feel like that's where I was going wrong a little bit. Yes, I knew that there was some level of work that was required of me, but I still kind of was allowing it to be more passive than what was realistic. I was being more of a passive agent in my life. Like, okay, when an opportunity comes to me, I will go towards that and I'll give that opportunity my all. But I wasn't really looking at, I'm gonna do whatever I have to do to make this foundation of income and stability for myself with which I can go and then invest into my dreams, invest into my businesses, invest into my goals, right? There's a certain level of relentlessness that you have to have if you've been blessed with a vision. A lot of us, I feel, are visionaries. A lot of us know that there's more to life. There's more to life than what we're experiencing right now. But with those visions, hard work is also required of us. You don't get a groundbreaking vision without having to do groundbreaking work to get there. So once again, I do think there's a balance here. I do think we can still maintain our feminine energy and still maintain our softness to an extent, but our masculine energy is equally important here. We can't abandon masculine energy. And I feel like this is almost a reclamation of masculine energy and knowing that that is the energy that's needed to actualize our goals. The feminine kind of conceptualizes it, envisions it, it brings it into life within the spiritual realm, but then we have to birth that out and then create it with our hands in the physical. So that's just something that I really feel is important for us as women to understand and realize that work is not a new thing. work, even though we live in a capitalist society that uses us as a commodity, which that's a whole nother conversation. Before capitalism, before all these different systems and government, work was always a thing. Before money, work was a thing, right? We would trade our value for abundance. We would barter, we would trade. Hey, I handmade these wooden bowls and you went on a hunt. Let's trade. Or I picked these crops from my farm or my garden and you did whatever. Let's trade. There's still a level of work that goes into that, right? I know a lot of women also are really interested in the whole homemaker lifestyle, staying at home, having a man to provide for you, and all that. And while that's cool, I have two things to say about it. One, if that's the life you desire, that's fine. But know that even that is work. You have to work to upkeep your physical appearance, to upkeep your home, to cook, to do domestic things. That is work. You don't just lie around doing absolutely nothing and then attract a provider man and like become a homemaker. That still is work. That is a certain level of work, right? And then two, a lot of women still have ambitions beyond a man. And I feel like even if you want a man to provide for you, which is again, that's totally fine, you need to have your own. Period. You need to have your own outside of a man. You cannot rely on a man because what are you going to do in between now and when you get him? Just rot away and be in a place of desperation because now you need him, right? You need him because you're not providing for yourself. So at the end of the day, once again, that could be a whole nother video. But I feel like we need to provide for ourselves. We need to be our own miracle. We need to bring our visions into life. We need to work hard to bring our dreams into this world because we deserve that. And with that, we need to understand that that requires hard work. That requires us to get up early when we don't want to work that 9 to 5 and to come home and work on our passions and our side hustles and our business and that training and that course, whatever it is. We have to make those sacrifices and we have to really devote ourselves fully to it, give ourselves fully to it, and know it won't be easy. But life, whoever told us life would be easy? Whoever told us that since we're women, that means we should be lazy? That's actually oppressive to me. If anyone believes that since I'm a woman, I shouldn't work hard, and to work hard, that's not good of me because, oh, you're in your masculine energy, you need to sit back and rest. I actually had someone say that to me before, like, all this ambition, like, rest a little bit. Sir, are you saying I shouldn't have goals, that I shouldn't have dreams? Are you saying I shouldn't be human? Right? So I feel like we're making some things a little too gendered. Like, oh, women, we shouldn't be in our masculine, we shouldn't work hard. We shouldn't have to overwork, right? We shouldn't have to be the only ones providing for our families that it took two to create. That's another story. But when it comes to our dreams and goals, we have to work hard for that. We have to work hard to bring that into life. And then one day, we won't have to work as hard because we set that foundation. We did the things that our future self will thank us for. But in the meantime, we have to do what it takes while still threading that needle to balance our health and our well-being, to integrate rest and relaxation. But that's not devoid of hard work. So that is all I have to say for this video. I feel that I'm speaking to somebody here. Somebody relates to me when I say this. And I'll just say, in that last video that I made, I still hold that in my heart as my future goal, right? I do want to be free to the extent that I can fully determine my own schedule in the future. I can be fully devoted to my art and my passions and all that. But that's just, I'm bringing the dreams, the airheadedness to the earth. I'm grounding it in reality and the understanding that it will take time to get there. And in the meantime, I am embracing the 9 to 5. I am embracing this life. I never thought I would say it, but I'm saying it because now is the time to take action for myself in my life. So I hope this inspires you to do the same, and know that you are not a failure for going back to your 9 to 5, and you're not a failure for having to do things that you might not like to get to where you want, because that is what the journey is about. Hard work, sacrifice, delayed gratification, and it will all be worth it. I promise you it will. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please comment below. Let me know your take on this, your perspective, and your experience. I'd love to hear what you all have to say. Until next time, peace and love.